So this channel has just passed 100,000 subscribers, which I think is insane. I can't believe there's 100,000 people watching these videos. And when you do pass 100,000 subscribers, you get sent one of these things, a YouTube plaque. I feel like it's made out of plastic. It looks more expensive than it actually feels and looks, but it's cool. Like, there's no doubt about it. I see it almost like a certificate, sort of mark of achievement showing that you've done 100,000 subscribers. So I wanted to make a video covering how much a YouTuber like me with 100,000 subscribers can make from AdSense and sponsors and things like that, and just share what you can expect. Of course, there are some caveats, some ifs and some buts that we will share later on in the video. Before we get into it, please subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. I send it out once a month, sharing stories, experiences, sharing links to interesting things. Make sure to check it out. So let's get straight into it. From AdSense, so these are the ads that you see before or during or after a video, or maybe you see all three of them. Those ads that you see, YouTube pays creators like me for those ads to be shown on our content. So in the last 365 days, 2.8 million views and $20,000, which isn't too bad. You can actually see in the last sort of month or two that revenue figure has really gone up because I had one of my videos blow up on the channel. But yeah, $20,000 from AdSense. Now, that doesn't seem like much, and it isn't really for how much work that I've put into the channel, how many videos I upload, how much effort is gone into making these videos, but it is very much a small part of the business as a whole. There are many other ways to make money from YouTube, but before we do that, I think it's worth actually talking about AdSense and sharing some interesting info that you might not know. So AdSense basically pays per 1,000 views. YouTube calls this RPM. So yeah, per 1,000 views. The RPM number can vary depending on a number of factors. Niche being the biggest factor. Different niches command different sort of RPMs, different prices. Some of the best paying niches out there include finance and making money, channels like this where I'm covering finance, making money, digital marketing, so anything about marketing, maybe it's something like Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, Google marketing, anything like that, that commands a high RPM. Education, naturally education, tutorials and things like that command high RPMs. And then tech. And tech to me actually isn't that high. I'd say it's kind of sort of mid-range. The upper levels are definitely like finance, making money, digital marketing, education. Those sorts of niches make a lot more money than tech does. I think it makes like double, sometimes triple what tech does. And then at the bottom, you have things like entertainment and gaming and things like that. Naturally, those don't make as much money, but you do have to sort of weigh up the views, right? Because views on entertainment and gaming usually get a lot more than views on finance and making money, digital marketing, education, things like that. So you're having to think about a balance there. Now, of course, obviously the most important thing is making videos and stuff you actually find interesting. Country and language also can affect RPM, with content targeted at English speaking viewers and English countries. Obviously, just having higher payouts, they naturally will. Time of the year is a big one. So I found that ad rates nearer to the end of the year, sort of September to December, are usually higher than the rest of the year because companies are spending more money on marketing because of the holiday period, the Christmas period. So they're competing against each other to have ads placed on videos, on websites, wherever it might be on the internet. So that is also raising the price of placing those ads. And then YouTube obviously pockets that difference and creators also pocket that difference. That means more money for YouTube and more money for the creators like myself. Longer videos also earn more. So videos that are like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours long, because more ads can be placed on those videos. So when you're watching like an hour-long YouTube video, there are obviously going to be more ads in the middle of the video, and of course because of that those videos can earn more money as well. AdSense is nice and it's obviously a great way to make money, but I make much more money from other revenue sources that are sort of tied to my YouTube channel. Before I get into that though, I wanted to share why I do YouTube. For a channel like this one where I'm covering business, finance and sort of money related topics, these are things that I wish I had known 10 years ago, that I wish I had known when I was younger. So it's almost like I'm teaching a younger version of myself making these videos. I love talking about finance, I love talking about business, I love talking about making money, and it's why I make these videos. I really do love sharing this sort of information and seeing the views come in, seeing the subscribers go up. It's external validation, there's no doubt about it. Seeing those views and subscribers go up, it tells me that other people also find this content somewhat valuable. Well, I hope you guys find it valuable anyway. It gives me a lot of freedom. I can make a video whenever I like and about whatever I like. So I have a lot of freedom on what I do with my time. So sometimes I won't upload for a month or two. Sometimes I can upload 2 videos in a week. So I just love the freedom that YouTube gives me. It gives me an audience and trust with you guys watching, so that when I launch my own products, so that when I launch my own businesses in the future, I know that some of you will follow along and just support whatever I do, which again is really, really nice. And I appreciate everyone who does, because I know there are many of you who are subscribed who are also following me on Instagram, who follow me on Twitter, who buy my products, who just support whatever I do. And I truly, truly appreciate it. Finally, it makes me money. So long-time subscribers will know that I don't shy away from the fact that the reason I do a lot of this is that I'm here to make money. I care about making money. It would actually be a bit weird if I was covering finance related stuff and making money related videos and didn't care about making money. That doesn't make any sense, right? Money also goes back to the point I made earlier about freedom. It gives me freedom having money. It gives me access to things. It lets me do things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do. And it just lets me have a more comfortable life. So yeah, making money is definitely one of the bigger reasons why I do YouTube. And like I said, I think it'd be weird if I didn't care about money, considering I'm making videos about making money. So let's get into other ways which I make money through YouTube. So sponsorships is the big one. This is actually by far my biggest money maker when it comes to making money directly from this channel. So how much a sponsor pays can vary a lot, and there are a lot of sort of factors to take into consideration. Of course, channel size, subscribers, the number of subscribers matters, channel niche, the type of content you're covering. So naturally, finance and business related content can command much higher prices than entertainment. Channel engagement, so are people actually watching your videos and engaging with the content? It's great and all getting views and stuff, it's great and all getting likes, but are people actually engaging? Are people commenting? Are people clicking on your links? Are people listening to what you have to say? Channel engagement is very, very important. I can make anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000 a month from sponsorships, which is insane for channels my size. But again, it all depends on a number of factors. Time of the year, end of year prices usually go up as demand goes up. Type of sponsorships as well. So do they want a dedicated video? Do they want a 60-second mention? Do they want you to share their product and service on other social profiles like Instagram and Twitter? All of these sorts of things can very much affect the price of sponsorships. One of the best sponsorships I ever did was actually turning up to a studio, working there, I think for like 2 or 3 hours, just in front of the camera talking. And I got paid, I think it was 12 or 13,000 pounds. I think that's like $15,000 for that. Which at the time, this was like 3 years ago, at the time for me was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is outrageous. And I thought to myself, like, I'm really out of my depth here. I had big imposter sort of syndrome. Yeah, like it was crazy to me. Nowadays, making that sort of money, it's almost like it's normal, which is also absurd because I can't believe it's normal. Like I actually can't believe that commanding these sorts of prices is pretty normal for my channels and the content that I'm making. Next up is digital products, and this is probably my favorite way of making money via YouTube because it's products that I actually make and sell myself through my own platform. I just think it's so valuable. So these can range from Lightroom presets to courses. I have store.olga.com where I sell wallpapers, Lightroom presets, Notion templates, Framer templates, and icons. This store has made me over $100,000 since January, and I expect quite a surge of sales until the end of the year. The market for digital products is huge. I only sell a few digital products, but there are all types of products you can sell. I actually recently uploaded a video sharing some digital product ideas that you should definitely check out. I also have videocreatorcourse.com, which is sort of tied with digital products, as it's a self-paced course, but it does have access to a Discord where I can chat with other members. Members can chat amongst themselves. I plan to grow it further as more and more people are asking how I make my videos, how I achieve the quality of my videos, the sort of process of making videos. All of that is in this course. Affiliates. So this isn't a huge generator, but it does act as a good, easy sort of revenue stream, because I have affiliate links for Amazon products. I have affiliate links for a bunch of other random services and whatever else. Things that I would be recommending anyway. I might as well be making money by recommending them. So yeah, affiliates is just a super easy way to make money. Those are just 3 ways in which I make money with this channel. I could easily take it a step further by offering consulting sessions. So people just booking a call with me or whatever, and just asking whatever they want to ask, asking for advice, being a speaker at events. So this is a big money maker. Some creators can be paid anywhere from $10,000 to well over 6 figures just to attend an event and speak. It's just such a good way to make money, and it's something that I need to do more of, to be honest, because I need to get more comfortable with talking to large sort of groups of people. I'm already doing it in front of camera. I might as well just do it with people on a stage, right? It's just, yeah, I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Providing services, so maybe I could promote my web design skills more. It's not something that I promote much anymore because it's not something I'm too interested in doing, but my skills did start with web design, designing websites, designing apps and things like that, UI design. I could maybe whip up a sort of website, an agency website, and start offering those services. I could also create a members only community. So maybe you guys could come along, sign up, chat amongst yourself, chat with me, sort of just a members only community, maybe a subscription thing. Yeah, there are just so many ways to make money via YouTube that it really comes down to what you would enjoy doing. I've said this before, but I don't really plan on doing YouTube forever. Naturally, I feel like YouTube isn't something that's like super sustainable forever. For me anyway, it's just something that I might do for 5 years, I might do for 20 years, I might not even do it in 2 years, who knows? Things can change really quickly. Right now though, I do enjoy doing it. It's a good money maker. It's easy to do for me personally because I feel like I've been doing it for so long. It's just easy. It's a good sort of cash cow for me. Ideally though, I want to start multiple businesses that can be maybe run by other people, or maybe I invest in businesses that can make money where I'm not doing the day-to-day operation. Because the biggest issue with YouTube channels is that they are very much dependent on the creator. Someone like me, I have to turn up and sit in front of the camera and talk. It would be a bit weird if you just saw a random person that I hired to sit in this chair and start talking to you. It wouldn't really make sense, because I'm hoping that most of you who are subscribed to this channel are watching this channel for me, and for me to share my experiences and stories. Yeah, it's a very arrogant thing to say at the same time, because like it's all about me, but I feel like it makes sense. I feel like a lot of you are watching this for me. It would just be weird to put someone else in this seat. I also don't really believe in 5 to 10 year plans. I feel like life can take you in directions you never expect. Things can randomly just change, things can randomly happen, but I do sort of have an idea of what I want to do in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Now, I don't sort of marry myself to those ideas. It's just a sort of, not even a wish, it's just where do I see myself? And yeah, like, I don't really know. I don't know if I'll be doing YouTube in that many years' time. Maybe I will. Who really knows? However, the big question is, should you start your own YouTube channel? Now, a lot of YouTubers like myself are going to say that you should. Naturally, they're going to say that because they love making videos. They love everything that goes into making videos. However, I actually sit somewhere sort of in the middle, because I think a lot of people actually will hate doing YouTube. There is a lot of work that goes into doing YouTube. Coming up with video ideas, writing scripts, shooting the videos, sitting in front of camera and saying whatever you need to say, editing the videos. This is all very tough and a lot of skills that you have to learn just to make a video that's interesting that other people want to watch. And the reward is very rarely instant. Some people are uploading tens, hundreds of videos and they don't see any sort of reward. They don't see any viewership. They don't see any subscribers. So it's one of those things where it's hard. It's not something that you can just go into and start making a channel and start making lots of money. You've got to really enjoy the idea of making videos. You've got to really enjoy the idea of editing videos. And you've got to be able to make videos and stuff that other people are going to find interesting and that you are going to find interesting as well. Because if you don't find making the content interesting, you are going to hate doing YouTube. You know what's weird about YouTube and social media as a whole is that people seem to put a weird value on subscriber count or follower count, as if having 100,000 followers makes that person more important than someone having 0 followers. It's the weirdest thing that I've noticed. People just naturally sort of put people with follower count, subscriber count in a sort of authoritative, is that the right word? Authoritative? I don't know, whatever the word is, that sort of position. People see them as like a higher person, which I think is nuts. I think it's crazy that we sort of live in this world where social media count and sort of follower counts and stuff like that seem to somehow have some sort of importance or relevance. Now, of course, they can do. Like, I completely get it. Because it makes sense, you know, if you're seeing someone who has 100,000 subscribers, they have videos that are getting tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, then, you know, if all these people are watching that stuff, then surely maybe you need to watch it as well. Maybe what they're saying actually has some sort of value. Maybe what they're sharing has some sort of value. It's a sort of social construct that we've built, right? Where when we see something popular that other people like, we naturally go towards that as well. But yeah, it's just weird how people sort of put that value on someone. It's the same with money, right? It's the same with having like a nice car, having a nice house, having designer gear, traveling, all these sorts of things. These are external signifiers to other people that if this person can do all this sort of stuff, then maybe they do something else that's important. Maybe this person is special. Maybe what they're doing is important or whatever. It's the most bizarre thing. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I have a sort of thing that I like to do where you have to sign a gentleman's agreement. The gentleman's agreement is basically that I make this content, I make these videos, I share them online for free, I share all this information for free, and all I ask in return is that you guys subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and just let me know what you guys think of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to check out one of my other videos. I did a video on Don't Fall Behind, high income skills worth learning.